The rain had been falling since midnight, drumming steadily on the white marble stones of Arlington National Cemetery. The air smelled of wet grass, gunmetal, and silence. Private First Class Daniel Reeves, a tomb guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier, walked his precise 21 steps. Turn, shoulder arms, 21 steps back, just as he had done 1,000 times before. Every movement was a ritual. Every second mattered. No matter the weather, no matter the hour, the watch was eternal. But that night, 2:17 a.m., something changed. As Daniel turned, he saw a figure standing among the headstones. Not a tourist, not an officer, not anyone supposed to be there. The man stood motionless, tall, in an old uniform. Not camouflage, not modern. It looked like World War I khaki. The lightning flashed. For a split second, Daniel could see his face, pale, solemn, and impossibly calm. Daniel's pulse quickened. "Sir, this area is restricted," he called out. The figure didn't move. Then slowly, he saluted. Daniel froze mid-step. That was their salute, the one only tomb guards and fallen brothers knew. When the next lightning strike came, the man was gone. The rule at the tomb is sacred. The guard never breaks formation. Rain, wind, snow, even hurricanes, the sentinel continues his watch. Daniel knew the rule, but something deep in his bones whispered that what he saw wasn't a trick of the rain. At 2:30 a.m., his relief arrived. "Sergeant Miller." "You good, Reeves?" Miller asked, his voice low. Daniel hesitated. "Sir, did anyone report a visitor on the north perimeter?" Miller frowned. "Negative. Cemetery sealed at night. Why?" Daniel told him quickly, quietly. The old uniform, the salute, the vanish. Miller listened, then chuckled. "You've been on nights too long. Happens to all of us." But as they walked back to the quarters, Miller's smile faded. He paused near a row of graves. World War I section. There on the marble of one tomb lay something strange. A wet footprint, fresh, facing toward the tomb of the unknown soldier. Miller crouched. "No one's supposed to be here." He looked up at Daniel, eyes uneasy now. "Maybe you saw more than you think." The next day, Daniel couldn't shake it. He looked up old photos of World War I uniforms, and sure enough, the ghostly figure's coat matched exactly. He started asking questions quietly among fellow guards. Most brushed him off, but one older sergeant named Ellis lowered his voice and said, "You saw him, didn't you?" Daniel froze. Ellis continued, "They say sometimes, on nights when the weather is bad, a soldier walks the grounds, doesn't speak, just salutes. Some say it's one of the unknowns himself." Daniel swallowed hard. "You believe that?" Ellis shrugged. "I've been here 20 years. I've heard stories from every generation. Whatever that tomb represents, it's powerful. Maybe it draws them back." That night, Daniel volunteered for another shift. The rain had stopped. The moon hung low, silver against the marble rows. At 1:58 a.m., it happened again. A chill swept through the air, and the faint sound of boots echoed, not his own. He turned And there he was, the same figure. But this time, the ghost spoke. "I had no name," it said, voice like wind through trees. "But you guard me as if I did." Daniel felt tears sting his eyes. He whispered, "Who are you?" The soldier only looked toward the tomb and said, "I was never forgotten. Until now." Then he pointed at Daniel's shoulder, the tomb guard badge, and vanished again. The next morning, Daniel reported everything to Miller. Instead of mocking him, Miller handed him a file. "You're not the first kid." Inside were decades of incident notes, unverified sightings, reports of shadows in formation, cold spots near the tomb, whispered names. But something in one old report caught Daniel's eye. It described the sighting in 1937, the night before the first official changing of the guard ceremony. The witness, a janitor, had seen a soldier in a World War I uniform standing exactly where Daniel had seen his ghost. Same salute, same description. Daniel dug deeper, cross-referencing military archives. One record mentioned a Private James Rowan missing in action in 1918. Body never recovered. Rowan's mother had visited the tomb every year until she died. Daniel felt a pull he couldn't explain, like he was meant to find this name. That evening, he placed a single white rose at the tomb, beneath the inscription, "Here rests in honored glory an American soldier known but to God." Then softly he said, "Rest easy, Private Rowan. You are not forgotten." The following night, Daniel stood watch again. No rain, no wind, just silence. But something felt different, lighter, calmer. As he made his turn, he saw, for the final time, the faint outline of the soldier. He stood at attention beside the tomb, eyes bright, a gentle smile on his face. This time, Daniel didn't call out. He simply raised his rifle and returned the salute. The figure nodded, and as dawn broke, he dissolved into the golden light rising over the marble. When Daniel's relief arrived, they found him standing perfectly still, tears streaming down his face. "Everything okay, Reeves?" He smiled faintly. "Yes, sir. Everything is finally okay."